day in January activity. I do have to say, I was reminded this morning as I was painting both over there and up there, and I was looking at all the white and blue on my fingers, why it was that when I was in high school, I was fired by my high school play. He was actually a year ahead of me, and it was a friend of mine. In fact, those of you who know Jim Ford, the former colonel of the state police, I grew up with his son John, who was a year ahead of me at Newark High School. John was a house painter. And I said, well, if John can be a house painter, I can be a house painter. And he said, okay. And we went to paint the house of one of our teachers, a guy named Jim Duty. He was a social studies teacher at Newark High School. And it was an outside painting job. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to start painting. And John said, no, before you start painting, you got to scrape off. You got to scrape off the old paint. And I said, all right, well, that sounds like a lot of trouble to me, but if you say I have to do it, I have to do it. So he gave me the thing to scrape with. And what do you get? Yeah. And I started scraping, but I didn't bother to put down a drop cloth because that also seemed like it would be a lot of work. And John came out about 4 hours later. And he said, before I fire you, you are going to clean up every piece of paint that is now on the ground outside. So that was pretty, and then about 5 years later, another friend of mine, my parents knew better than to put me in charge, and they took another one of my high school classmates to paint our house. And I said, well, I will help him. So that time I did it for free for my parents, and I don't think my parents wanted me on that job.